Yo, what's poppin' though? It's your buddy Dell, and before we get the video even rolling today, I want to address you guys with something very near and dear to my heart and very important to me. The New York Noibats and my good friend Mewtwo fan Nate are putting on a Teespring campaign where they are currently selling some fresh merch. We got t-shirts, cutoffs, sweaters, stickers, and coffee mugs, anything you could want for the New York Noibats. And the big catch here is it's only going on for a limited time. You have until this Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday. As of the 26th of January, you have until this Tuesday to pick up any New York Noibats merch from teespring.com/New York Noibats. Go check them out. It would mean a lot to me. It definitely shows some support for Nate. He works really hard for everything he does, and it's a big deal that he's finally putting on this campaign. I'm super excited. I know I'm picking up something, and you guys should too. So I'll catch you guys in the video. Peace. Yo, what's poppin' though? It's your buddy Dell here to bring you guys. Wait. This isn't my channel. Yo, what's poppin' though? It's your buddy Dell here to bring all of you Mewtwo fan Nate fans his XBL battle versus my good buddy Johnny GB and the Oregon Duckletts. Before we get the video started, if you guys can, drop a like down below for my boy Nate. He wasn't able to do the battle this week, so he got in contact with me, was like, yo Dell, could you take this battle for me, man? I'm like, I got you, no worries. So shout out my boy Nate for letting me do this for him. I had a lot of fun. This is my first official Wi-Fi battle on YouTube, so it was a big deal for me, and the fact that Nate is letting me put this on his channel means a lot to me. He's a great guy, so if you guys haven't already, please subscribe down below to my boy Nate. He's a great dude, makes awesome content, and yeah, so today's battle is against Johnny GB. He has Stakataka, Salamence, Zapdos, Magearna, Tangrowth, and Mesprit. Well, me, I brought the finest of heat, and that's because Nate told me to. He's like, Delray, you have full permission to bring fire and nothing but it. So I got some Damp Rock, Galvantula to set the rain for Swift Swim Quillfish, Fell Stinger, Insect Plate Quillfish with Aqua Jet, Liquidation, and Poison Jab. Victini is Weakness Policy, Sunny Day, Flame Charge, Glaciate, and Blue Flare. It literally 6-0s his team if I can get it in, and Mesprit dies. So we're going to hop into the video here. I'm going to save the Malamar, and I'm going to save the Savali sets as a bit of a surprise here. So he sends out Stakataka as a lead. I decide, you know what, I'm going to send out Galvantula. I might be able to at least get some sticky webs up, but when Stakataka comes out, I'm like, alright, I really don't want to take a rock move turn 1. I'm not focus sash, so I'm just going to Volt Switch out, scout some damage, and we actually do a good chunk. So, Hey Spidey pops back into its ball, and we send out our Savali. Now, Savali is Facade, Parting Shot, Explosion, and another secret little tech move that we didn't actually get to click it, so that's unfortunate, but it's choice banded, so the goal is to just really click boom on something, and besides that, pivot out, as we barely take that Gyro Ball. And at this point, I am terrified, because Stakataka is way more of a threat than I had ever anticipated. So we switch out. You know what? I go into my squid, and this is a very special squid. We have Iron Ball on it, so its speed is halved, which means Gyro Ball is actually going to do way less to us. It's Trick Room, Superpower, Iron Ball, Topsy Turvy, and Fling. So Topsy Turvy was there in case like Magearna got out of control and like we would somehow be able to flip its stats, or if Mence got out of control. I am max HP, so I have a little bit of bulk and stuff like that. So he goes into Magearna as we KO Stakataka with Superpower. So Malamar already coming in clutch. I decide I'm going to stay in because I really don't have a switch into Fleur Cannon. And I know Superpower at +1 will 2-hit KO Magearna. And right there, he does decide to just Volt Switch. So I make a really good play there. I'm quite proud of that, as he's now forced to go into something, and he has no switches at this point. Trick Room is still up. Mesprit is the switch. And right here, we get to go for the strongest dark move in the game. Is as strong as a Z move. We Iron Ball Fling, Mesprit drops, absolutely just destroyed right there. So Malamar picks up 2 KOs. which is super hype. Malamar, I'm just actually really proud of this set. I might try it out in a couple other leagues I'm in. So he goes back into Magearna, fires off a Flare Cannon, and I don't have a switch, so I'm just going to sack Malamar off. It did its job. It broke the stack attack, beat the Mess Spirit, so can't be too upset with that. Squid goes down, and now all he has is Soul Heart boost, meaning that he is still at -1 because Flare Cannon drops it by 2. I go into my Victini here. It's a really safe play. I can click Flame Charge if he wants to Volt Switch. I think at this point he's a Specs variant or some kind of choice item, as he goes Zapdos, so I'm just going to fire off a Flame Charge. I get +1 speed. Glaciate will definitely 2-hit KO this thing after a Flame Charge chip damage, and he statics me, and I'm like, oh no, why? Of all the things, it's gotta be static Zapdos that's gonna cost me this awesome Victini sweep. So he's in with Zapdos. He clicks Volt Switch because he really doesn't have anything to touch me with. I'm a bulkier Victini. This is to take water moves from a possible Tentacruel that he has on his team, and to take an Earthquake from a Jolly Choice Scarf Ments. So I go for Glaciate as he pops his Yachi Berry. So this isn't going to do as much as it would have. It doesn't 2-hit KO, which is unfortunate for me. And now he is in with his Ments. Realistically, he can click Dragon Dance if he wanted to, if he had it, but he's not. So he is a Choice Scarf variant, I'm presuming. He clicks Earthquake. We live because we are a bulkier Victini, and Glaciate will now guarantee KO because we have pocked our weakness policy. It is about to go down, and paralysis. Zapdos gets its revenge, and Ments now cleans up Victini. Victini goes down. I wish the set could have popped off. It would have been awesome. I'm a big Victini fan, so the opportunity to use it was there, and I was super excited, and it didn't quite work, but that's alright. So Moxie Ments is now a huge problem, and I really don't have a lot for it. I go into my Galvantula. At this point, I'm like, okay, I can set some rain for my Quillfish in the back. I can scare him out with a possible HP Ice. And he goes Magearna, which is a really good play on his part. I just fire off a Thunder because I'm fishing for a para on his Zapdos, not on his Zapdos, on his Salamence. Magearna takes that pretty well, but we get the para, which is kind of nice. Can play a big part later in the game. I go for Rain Dance at this point because I'm like, okay, Quillfish can come in after this. I should be fine. A full para means that this thing won't move this turn. My Galvantula can still be a big threat. He just fires off a Flare Cannon again, and I'm like, dang it. So at this point, I'm presuming he's Specs, because Specs would mean that after one Flare Cannon and a Soul Heart boost, he's actually at even. So right there, we drop, and that's not that big a deal. Magearna Soul Heart does pop off, and in any normal circumstance, I would go into Donphan. But Donphan is a very, very special heat set this week. As he withdraws his Magearna, as I go into Mrs. Puff the Quillfish, he goes straight Tangrowth. I could have Poison Jab, but at this point I'm behind it, and I can't really afford to take any risks with it, especially if the Magearna just stayed in and clicked Flare Cannon. He has Rocky Helmet, of all things, and my Mrs. Puff takes the damage. I go for Poison Jab. I'm not really afraid of anything. Right there, if I had gone for Fell Stinger, it actually would have been really nice. That's a bit of a misplay on my part. I could have went for another Liquidation. I could have switched out, but whatever. Right here, I believe he assumes I'm going to make the same prediction that he would go into Tangrowth, so I click Poison Jab. I just click Liquidation. I need to get rid of the Magearna if I want anything to happen in the back. He goes Zapdos again. I know I can do decent damage to it in the rain with Mrs. Puff, but I do decide to just switch into my Donphan. No reason for him to not go for an electric move here, as he clicks Discharge, so he gets more lefties. My Donphan's in for free, and now the Donphan set is Rapid Spin, Sandstorm, Endeavor, and Rest. This is very much a trolley set. So here I click Sandstorm. Goes off without a hitch for the most part, and his Tangrowth takes sand damage. I don't take any sand damage because I'm a ground type. I click Endeavor, and it turns out his Tangrowth is not like super HP invested, because my Donphan was not super HP invested. So he sets up Leech Seed. So he's going to counter my sand with some seed. I don't really have a switch into Tangrowth at this point. My best play is to actually just take damage. So I'm going to switch out my Darude here. I'm going to go hard into my Quillfish. I don't really expect him to have a grass move at this point. He's revealed Leech Seed. It'll take neutral anyways, and he clicks knockoff. So Mrs. Puff loses her Insect Plate. A little unfortunate there. Would have been cool if I could have gotten the Fell Stinger sweep off. But say lovey, things happen, and that's Pokemon for you. So he switches out of his Tangrowth. He goes into his Zapdos. I don't really have a reason to not click Poison Jab. He has no great switch into it except Zapdos. So I fire off the Poison Jab, does good damage, and he gets static again. And I'm like, man, Zapdos is annoying. Like, I didn't get the poison, which kind of sucks, but oh well. I'm buffeted by Sandstorm. I'm now slower. Mrs. Puff is on her way out. There's not really a reason for me to keep this thing around at this point. So I'm just going to stand, sacking off the discharge. I can't break through the Tangrowth as is. So that's unfortunate. Zapdos fires off the discharge. I go down, and the Sandstorm subsides. And we're down to our last two Pokemon. We got our Donphan, and we have Silvally. And you know what? I decide, if I'm going to go out, I'm going to go out with a bang. I know I outspeed this. It's got to be a bulkier Zapdos because it's leftover. I just click Explosion. I just go kaboom. You know what? We get a cool thumbnail out of it. We blow up. Zapdos drops. We are Choice Banded. Stab. Freaking Explosion. And nearly good the Silvally. Goes 1 for 1 with the Zapdos. And I'm perfectly fine with that. You know what? I went out giving it my best try. As I sent out my Donphan. I don't really have an opportunity to win this one anymore. So that basically wraps up the battle there. So it'll be a 2-0 loss to Johnny GB. It was a really fun game as I just fire off Endeavor. But while this plays in the background, I do want to introduce myself properly. My name is Dell. I do league battles on YouTube, and I'm a good friend of Nate's. I work in his front office pretty regularly. I help him out with a lot of practice battles. I help him out with building and stuff like that. So my personal channel will be in the description down below. This has been a really big pleasure for me to be on Nate's channel, to kind of introduce the front office to you guys properly. There's me and a couple other guys that work really hard to help Nate get through all of his battles and give him the opportunity to do well and have fun playing Pokemon every week. As I fire off rest, because you know what, I want some more turns out of this battle. I'm gonna get my money's worth if I'm doing my first battle on Wi-Fi for YouTube. So hey, why not fire off one? He reveals Earthquake there, as I'm assuming he doesn't have a grass move at this point, besides Leech Seed. So yeah, that's who I am. I'm a very small content creator. I recently just hit 55 subscribers as of today, as of recording this, so that's really cool. I just started a couple months ago, so the growth has been great. Nate's been really helpful in introducing me to a lot of different people on YouTube and really motivating me to do more. So this is kind of like a really cool moment for me to be a part of a really cool guy and a really cool friend's channel, and just making a video. So if you guys did stick around to watch out the entire video, thank you very much. It means a lot to Nate. It means a lot to me because it means that I'm in the right place. I'm doing Pokemon just like I love to do. And yeah, I'm just a small creator, but hey, I'm in it for the fun. If you guys do want to check me out for some reason, my links will be in the description down below. It would mean a lot if you could peep my channel. And Donphan goes down, and we lose to Johnny, but hey, it was a fun ride. Thank you, Johnny, for putting up with me and having the battle with me. It was a ton of fun. And yeah, if you guys haven't already, so at the beginning of this video, I did put in the little blurb about Nate's Teespring campaign. It's kind of, he won't know about it until he uploads it, but hey, it's a little surprise for me to him. So please go check out his Teespring campaign. It would mean a lot to him. It would mean a lot to me, being a fan and a friend of his. So I'll actually be popping off. I don't believe I'll be on the channel again unless Nate has me back one more time. So if he does, I'll make sure to say hi to you guys again. If you want to keep watching my content, go peep out my channel. I'm just Dell, and I'll catch you guys later. Thank you very much. Peace.